is to me, it's just quick math, yeah? That's all science is to me, and the people, this is what I love about doing these events. I see some familiar faces, people have come back, so I know there's people in here that have seen me break down science in a very simplified way. But I'm curious, because I do see some unfamiliar faces. Who's never been to a Hidden Science Academy event before? Show of hands. Wow. Wow. For those people who have never been to a Hidden Science Academy event before, I've got one thing to say to you.
You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today.
So what are you gonna learn today?
So no mash up my car. How can I Honda? Science. Science again. Science again. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again. Science again. Science again. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again. Them is me enemy, and I go like my friend. But telling them the same thing, it can't work again. I tell it to me enemy, I tell it to me friend. How can I Honda? Science again. Science again. Science again. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again. Science again. Science again. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again. All entertainer, watch on yourself. All producer, watch on yourself. All street side seller, watch on yourself. All arcade seller, watch on yourself. Them like how we are prosper, them prophecy disaster. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again. Them like how we are prosper, them prophecy disaster. How can I wonder? Science again. Come science again. Science again. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again. Come science again. Science again. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again. Just wet up your stall when them throw them hope, yeah. Wet up your gate when them plant them hope, yeah. Spray out your car before you drive it no further. Tell it to my sister, tell it to my brother. This a serious thing, nobody take it for no laughter. Science again, science again. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again, science again, science again. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again. Them is me enemy, and I go like my friend. But till them the same thing, it can't work again. I tell it to me enemy, I tell it to my friend. How can I wonder? Science again, science again, science again. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again, science again, science again. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again. Some go a 80, but a goods them go buy. But when they check it out, man, a science them a try. Some go a Collagen, some go a Westmoreland. Them a travel up and down all over the land. After we are work so hard, we put money in we hand. Them a try to change up the father plan. So come science again, science again. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again, science again, science again. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again. Them is me enemy, and I go like my friend. But think of them the same thing, it can't work again. I tell it to me enemy, I tell it to my friend. Oh, can I wonder? Science again.
Absolutely fantastic, loved it. I've learned so much. It was humorous as well. So and the way the information was broken down was amazing. And I definitely will be coming back to more of the Hidden Science events because yeah, I learned so much, and I'm just so grateful to be able to be a part of it and experience it.
That's very good. Very interesting. Really good. Very inspiring, and I would recommend it to anyone to come. And we will come back again. Absolutely.
Well, I thought the event was fantastic. I thought the delivery was fantastic. The presentation, the breaking down of complex ideas so that everybody could feel involved and can participate was exceptional. And the interaction with the video material was superb.
I was highly recommended.
Hidden Science, man. Hidden Science.
Science again, science again. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again, science again, science again. Hubakaba, hubakaba. Science again, science again, science again. Oh, can I wonder? Science again.
So, the more we start to study self, study our own history, the more we'll start to realize that gang culture or gang violence is not black culture. It is not black culture. And the more we start to study our own history, the more we'll truly gain knowledge of self. And when we gain knowledge of self, we'll naturally drop anything that doesn't pertain to self. We'll naturally drop anything that doesn't pertain to self. Like we'll be walking around and just drop it. And people will be like, excuse me, you dropped something. What did I drop? I think you dropped your culture. My culture? Yeah. Oh, wait, let me check. Hold on a second. Torture. gang violence, war, rape, pedophilia, cannibalism. No, this is your culture, right? I picked it up by mistake. Take it back.
Now, as this presentation will focus heavily on the science of nutrition, it makes sense to start with a definition of science that is easy to understand. So here is my personal definition. Science is logic backed up by evidence. And when I say logic, I just mean common sense, just simple common sense. And then you back up your common sense with proof. So that's all science is to me. So for example, if I was to say to you, what's 2 + 2? I'm hoping that your common sense would say 4. But if I said, can you prove that? Back it up with proof. The easiest way to prove it is to put 2 fingers on one hand, 2 fingers on the other hand, and count them out loud. And there's your proof, yeah? So when I started to go with my own definition, because at school, I didn't like science. Science was confusing to me. But when I started to go with my own definition of science, which is logic, common sense, backed up by evidence, I started to realize that science is simple. Science is simple, which I find interesting because when I do go into the schools and I ask the children, what's your favorite subject? They never say science. I ask all the children, what's your favorite subject? And they never say physics, chemistry, biology, not even maths. They never say those things. Why? Because at school, science is confusing. But why is it confusing? It's just logic backed up by evidence. Yeah. So I like to keep things super simple when I'm teaching science. And the reason why I like to keep things super simple is because a wise man once said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. That was arguably the greatest scientist of all time, Albert Einstein. So if he can keep it simple, why can't we? And I agree with this statement. If someone's teaching you something and they can't explain it simply, they don't understand it well enough. Or maybe they do. They just don't want you to understand it. So they teach it to you in a confusing way, in a complex way, so you can't understand it. It's either one of the two. So throughout today, I'm going to keep things super simple, very simple for everyone to understand, because to me, science is just 2 + 2. Or, as another wise man once said,
Boom. 2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3. Quick maths.
Quick maths. That's what we're dealing with today. Quick maths. Yeah. Now, I know a lot of people in the chat have come to a Hidden Science Academy event before, but I'm curious, is there anyone in the chat that has never been to a Hidden Science Academy event before? Let me just check. You've never been to a Hidden Science Academy event before? Never. Okay, let me check. Oh my Lord. Let me check. Let me check Vimeo. See what they're saying in Vimeo. Okay, newbies in Vimeo as well. Okay, welcome for the people who have never been to a Hidden Science Academy event before. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, welcome. But for those people who have never been to a Hidden Science Academy event before, I've got one thing to say to you.
You're gonna learn today. You're gonna learn today.
So what are you gonna learn today? You're gonna learn about protein today. Today is class 1 of 5 classes, yeah? So today's class is about protein. So the Hidden Science of Nutrition, as you know, it's a 5-week or 5-class course. Class 1 is gonna be about proteins, what proteins to eat and how eating the wrong proteins could lead to disease. Class 2 is about carbohydrates, examples of best simple and complex carbohydrates to eat. Class 3 is about fats, healthy fats and where to find them. Class 4 is about water, what type of water to drink for optimal health. I swear that's probably the one that I get the most questions on. What water should we be drinking? You know, alkaline water or Kangen water or what's that one? Spring water, distilled water. What water should we be drinking? And then the last class is a meal prep, where Benna and Agnes will be taking us through a tutorial of how to put together a raw vegan meal. I cannot wait for that one. I absolutely cannot wait for that one. That's when I take a back seat and I'm the student. I'm going to be learning just like you guys. Yeah. So why have I put on this course? Well, check this out. I spent years studying nutrition in medical school. Said no doctor ever. Who do we turn to, Black people? Who do we turn to when it comes to our health? When we've got health issues or we've got questions about nutrition? Doctors? Now, by the way, I'm not anti-doctor, so I'm not bashing the doctors, but this is from the doctor's own mouths. Check this out. This came out a couple years ago. It says, we learn nothing about nutrition, claim medical students. Nothing about nutrition, claim medical students. Think about how long it takes to become a doctor, the amount of years you're studying to become a doctor. And they say, some doctors, it might take them 10 years. They say within 10 or 7 years, they learn nothing about nutrition. This article goes on to say, medical students say they currently learn almost nothing about the way diet and lifestyle affect health, and they should be taught more. They say what they are taught is not practical or relevant to most of the medical problems they see in GP surgeries, clinics, and hospitals. A leading GP estimated that up to 80% of his patients had conditions linked to lifestyle and diet, including obesity, type 2 diabetes, and depression. And then it says there, why does this lack of training matter? Well, who is it going to affect the most? Us. Yeah. So this is the reason why I've put on this course, to make sure we as Black people, we understand this stuff, because where else are we going to turn to find out this information? Where a lot of us are confused when it comes to nutrition. And I've found over the years that many people find science confusing. And through my observations, I've found that anything that you find confusing will lead to some type of conflict. If you're confused about anything, it will lead to some type of conflict, whether it's internal or external. So for example, when I was at school, I found physics confusing. So guess what happened? It led to mental conflict. Like anytime I'm in a physics class, I'm just like, I don't get this. This is hurting my head. Conflict internally. And that conflict could lead to pain. And that pain can be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, any type of pain. So when you're confused about something, it's going to lead to some type of conflict. It could even lead to conflict externally. If you're confused about what someone said or what someone done, it could lead to conflict between you and that person. Yeah. And that can lead to pain. So anytime you're trying to learn something, what do you need? You need total clarity, because clarity leads to harmony, and harmony leads to peace. All right. So in order to get clarity on any situation, we must ask questions. That's the only way we're going to get clarity on any situation. Yeah, we have to ask questions. Speaking of questions, can the panelists just check over the Q&A just to make sure we're covering everything? Just check. How long this lecture lasts for? About an hour, the lecture, and then Q&A. I'll stay on to answer everyone's Q&A. The greatest scientist ever. Imhotep. Yeah, that's why I say arguably, because remember, people tell us that Albert Einstein is the greatest. So if he's the greatest, well, he said, let's explain it simply. I was in hidden science academic, but physically I have not been to an event. Okay. All right. So in order for us to get clarity on any situation, we must ask questions. Questions, the right type of questions, will lead to clarity. Now, with that being said, I have a question for everyone. Why do we eat food? What's the main reason we eat food? Please let me know. To get nutrients, to give us energy, fuel, energy. All right, to give us energy. Okay, fuel, nutrition, sustain energy. Da, da, da. All right, so a lot of people saying energy. A lot of people saying energy, fuel, nutrition, fuel our bodies. So yeah, fuel, to fuel our bodies. Okay. Sustenance, nutrition, energy, fuel our bodies, energy. Yeah. Big up. All right, cool. Okay. Here's another question. Is, because the first question was, why do we eat food? You guys said for fuel, for energy. Here's another question. Is food the most important thing for energy? No, no, no. Yes, some people saying yes. All right. Some people saying water. Okay, water. All right, let's test it out. Again, science is simple. Science is just 2 + 2. This is why I love science. It's just very simple to understand. Yeah. So check this out. How long do you reckon you could go without eating food? How long could you go without eating food? How long could you continue to live your life? 1 month, 5 days without food, 2 to 3 weeks, forever, 40 days, 36 hours. Someone could only go 36 hours without eating food. 5 days, 40 days, 6 months. All right, so we've got 2 days. Some people saying, so you're saying, the people that are saying 2 days, you're saying after 2 days, you're dead. You can't, like, we can last a little bit longer than 2 days without food, yeah? A lot of people saying 40 days. All right, let's go with that one. 40 days, all right, cool. Let me see what they're saying in Vimeo. What are you lot saying, 3 weeks? All right, some people saying 40 days. All right, big up. Okay. How long, question number 2, how long can you go without water? How long can you go without water? Some people saying 3 days. What's Vimeo saying? How long can you go without water? Vimeo, talk to me. "24 hours. Okay. Water, yeah. 24 hours, 2 days. Okay. All right. So that proves what the people earlier were saying, is that water is more important for our energy and for our life than food. Water is actually more important. Is there another one though? How long can you go without air? How long can you go without air? Without breathing, air. Nil, 2 minutes, minutes, seconds. Okay, all right. Now, check this out. Can I just share my, no, I don't want that one. So people saying seconds. Check this out. This is, we're getting into science now. This is the periodic table of elements. In other words, all the elements in the known universe, according to mankind. Yeah, all the elements in the known universe. Now, you might remember this at school, you might not. Yeah, you know, you might have been sleeping in this class, but this was shown to all of us when we were children, the periodic table of elements. As you can see there, you got hydrogen over on the left, helium all the way over on the right, and then all the other elements, minerals in the known universe. This might give you a better look on it. It's got the abbreviations there, H. Now, there's a lot of elements, minerals in the known universe. If you look on the left there, you've got hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium. Look over on the right, you might see fluorine, you might see nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur. They're all there on this periodic table. But here's the thing, without me telling you, without you knowing all of the elements on this periodic table, you will be able to tell me the most important ones for our health, the most important ones for our life, yeah? Just by that little experiment that we just did. So you don't even need to know all of the elements on the periodic table to know which one's the most important. So if I said to you, how long can we go without air? How long can we go without air? You guys said seconds. So then you guys tell me, what's the most important element on the periodic table? Oxygen. Oxygen. Oxygen becomes the most important element on the periodic table. Yeah, because we can't go seconds without it. Where's oxygen? Oxygen's here. Everyone see that? Oxygen. Oh, and if I go back, there's oxygen there. Number 8, oxygen. What would be number 2? What's the second most important element on the periodic table? You got air. Now you need water. So hydrogen becomes the second most important. Air, water, oxygen, hydrogen. So oxygen becomes the first, hydrogen becomes the second. Now, you guys were talking about food, yeah? Food, the main food is carbohydrates. So that means, guess what becomes the third most important element on the periodic table? Carbon. Carbon, yeah? And then lastly, the last most important element on the table would be nitrogen. Why is that? Let's go into it. What are the most important elements? Oxygen would be number 1. You need to be able to breathe. Every single one of your cells in your body needs to be able to breathe. Oxygen becomes the most important. 2 is hydrogen. Now you've got something to drink. Now you've got water, yeah? Now 3 would be food. Carbon, because when you combine carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, you get CHO. In other words, a carbohydrate. That's what a carbohydrate is. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. That's your fruits and vegetables. That's your food, yeah? And then lastly, nitrogen. Because when you combine nitrogen to carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, you get a protein. That's what proteins are made of, or amino acids, yeah? They're made of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. So just remember that. For the people that are taking notes, the 4 most important elements are oxygen, hydrogen, carbon, and nitrogen, yeah? We need all of them. Yeah, just remember that. All right, moving on. So when we combine all of these 4, we get protein. And this is what we're talking about today, protein. So let's talk about protein. Now, protein, dietary role of protein. Building and repairing of body tissue. That's what we know about protein. The building and repairing of body tissue, a constituent of cell membrane, may contribute to the body's energy needs and the production of enzymes, hormones, and antibodies. So protein makes up a lot of our body tissue, yeah? Most people think of protein as like muscles. Our muscles are made of protein, yeah? Now, 2 terms that I need you to understand. Anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism involves synthesis. In other words, building up of complex molecules from simpler molecules, which requires energy input. So think of anabolism. Think about if someone was to say they took an anabolic hormone or anabolic steroid, they took that to help build them up. That's what anabolism is. It's helping to build up your body. Catabolism is when things are breaking down. So it involves the breakdown of complex molecules into simpler molecules involving hydrolysis or oxidation and the release of energy, yeah? Anabolism, catabolism. Now, protein metabolism. Protein is digested and broken down to amino acids used to build and repair body tissue, which is anabolism. So think about with protein, your body needs to break it down into amino acids. This is very important to understand. Your body does not want protein. Your body wants amino acids. So when you eat a protein, your body needs to break it down. I want to make sure that's clear. Yeah. Is that clear? Let me just, I like to be visual when I'm teaching. Let me see if I can be visual. All right. Everyone see this, yeah? This is what I do with children. This makes it easy. This is what I do with children. This is simple, yeah? Here's your protein. This is your protein, yeah? When you eat protein, your body breaks it down into amino acids. So here's an amino acid. This is an amino acid. This is an amino acid. These are all amino acids, yeah? Your body wants amino acids. So your body can actually use those amino acids to build things up in your body. That's what your body does, yeah? Amino acids. Let me just quickly check the Q&A. Yeah, there are such people as breatharians who live just on air and sunshine. Yeah. There will be a replay. Yes, there will be a replay. We don't send out copies. There will be a replay, and you just click on the link and you'll be able to watch it. Yeah. But I hope people understand that. There's protein. Your body doesn't actually want that. Every time you digest protein, your body has to break it down into amino acids. And then your body uses the amino acids to build things up or to build its own proteins inside of your body. Yeah. All right. Let's go back to the slides. Speaking of amino acids, are we familiar with the 20 different amino acids? Yeah. So there's 8 essential or primary amino acids. When they say essential, it means that the body cannot produce them. And there's the list there. Yeah. And then 12 non-essential or secondary. That means that if you're not getting these from your diet, your body can produce them. And I've highlighted one right at the end. There's a lot there. Yeah. Alanine, arginine, asparagine, aspartic acid, cysteine, that's sulfur, glutamic acid, glutamine, glycine, histidine, proline, serine, and then in bold, I've got tyrosine. Now, for the people who have done my course, you know why I put that in bold. Tyrosine is the amino acid, which is the precursor to melanin. Tyrosine is the amino acid, which is the precursor to melanin. What's the best source of amino acid? Your body needs all 20 of them. But tyrosine is the precursor to your melanin. So tyrosine becomes important. But if you just get tyrosine and you don't get the other amino acids, then you will not be a healthy person, because the body, that's like just having this. You've got this, but you haven't got all of that. Your body needs all of it so it can build its own proteins. It needs all of the amino acids, yeah? This high protein consumption is a total myth. Okay, let's get into that, yeah? Let's get into that, because the body, I just want everyone to understand that the body doesn't necessarily need protein. It needs amino acids, and then the body creates its own protein from the amino acids, yeah? The body creates it, but where are you gonna get the amino acids from? Well, you have to consume protein so the body can break it down and then utilize the amino acids to create proteins. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's go back to the slides. Now, look at this, amino acids. Look, when you go through it, there's a lot of acid sounding names, aspartic acid, glutamic acid. When I was learning this stuff, remember my master teacher is Dr. Laila Africa. However, I listened to everyone. So when I was starting to learn this holistic health stuff and nutrition, I listened to Dr. Sabi a lot. And he's another master teacher. But when you listen to Dr. Sabi, he makes it seem like, you know, acids are bad. So here's another question. Are acids bad? Because sometimes when you listen to certain people, they'll tell you, oh, we need to make sure we're just on an alkaline diet, alkaline, 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 avoid acid, acid is bad, acid is bad. Acid bad? Balance, no, not all are, yeah? No, acids are not bad, not all. Okay, balance. People saying balance. Yeah, that's what health is. Health is about balance. Yeah. Health is about balance. Yeah. But what we need to avoid, this is why we need to understand science, because even though I salute Dr. Sebi, he was arguably the greatest in this. Yeah. When he said things, if you don't check what he's saying, you won't truly understand it. Yeah, you won't truly understand it. So he says we need to be on a more alkaline diet. Why? Because we are acidic. This is true. If it's about balance and you're too acidic, you're going to need a huge alkaline diet to balance you out. So that makes sense. Yeah. People saying lemons are good. Yeah. Lemons are acidic. Yeah. They have citric or citrus acid. So it can't be that all acids are bad. That just doesn't make sense. It can't be that all acids are bad. Yeah. Nadia was saying that you must have acid in your gut. You have to have acid in your gut or you won't be able to digest food. So it can't be that all acids are bad. I'm hoping that we all understand that. Yeah. Oh, let me check Vimeo, see what you guys are saying. Yeah. Need acid in your tummy. Too much of one thing, good for nothing. My grandmother used to say that. Yeah, big up all the people on Vimeo right now. 200, nearly 300 people on Vimeo. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. I will continue to check Vimeo. So if I missed your question, just repost it in Vimeo. But let me just go back to my slides. So we're getting this, that is, it can't all be bad, but here's what we need to be aware of, yeah? Instead of thinking of acids are bad and alkaline is good, we need to think of what the food does to us after it's digested. So after we consume the food and digest it, does it have an acid forming effect on us or an alkaline forming effect on us? Does it alkalize the system? Or does it acidify, if that's even a word, the system? Yeah. So check this out. On the left, you're seeing acid forming foods, which means after we consume them, they have an acidic effect on our body. Now, we're all familiar with these quote unquote junk food. You got hamburgers, hot dogs, meat, lunch meat, not just lunch meat, meat, candy or sweets and cookies and biscuits and sugar and alcohol and fizzy drinks and white bread and white noodles and that sort of stuff. They are all acid forming. Yeah. Now on the pH scale, anything under 7 is acidic. Anything over 7 is alkaline. Yeah. Check this out. These are alkaline forming foods, which means after the body consumes them and assimilates them, they have an alkaline effect on our body. Check this out. Lemons and limes, grapefruit, those are acidic. But guess what? They are alkaline forming. They are alkaline forming. So guess what? We need certain acids. We need to consume certain acids because certain acids are alkaline forming. Yeah? So if we just go by that, acids are bad and alkaline is good, we will become confused when it comes to this thing. I hope everyone understands that. What is the food? What effect is the food having on us? So there's acid foods in here, but they are alkaline forming. So when we look at this, it's not just under 7 is bad because there's lemon juice there, there's grapefruits, there's limes. When we consume them, they might have an alkaline effect. Vice versa as well. We could consume something alkaline and it has an acidic effect on us. It affects us in a bad way. Let's see. Like people were saying, it's all about balance. Your blood actually wants to work at 7.365 on the pH scale. So if I go back, 7.365, that's pretty much in the middle. That's what your blood wants to work at, 7.365, yeah? Your blood wants to be balanced. Now check this out. This is another example of the pH scale. It's giving you examples of what's acidic and what's alkaline. If we just go by acids are bad and alkaline is good, we will get into trouble. Because look at this. Battery acid is 0 on the pH scale. So that means it's extreme. Anything at this end is extreme acidity. Anything at this end is extreme alkaline. Yeah. Lemon juice, stomach acid, wine, vinegar, bananas, milk, black coffee. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. Here's balance, that's your blood. And then check this out. Water should be neutral, but now we're going into alkaline. Eggs, bleach, household ammonia, hair remover, oven cleaner, drain cleaner. So if all alkalines are good, then that would mean that we should all go drink some bleach then, isn't it? Should we all just go drink some bleach? Because bleach is alkaline, yeah? Oh, did you not see that? Okay, let me do it again so you guys can see that. Because some people saying I weren't sharing my screen. Let me show you, look. Check it out. Battery acid, lemon juice, stomach acid, wine, vinegar, bananas, milk, black coffee, they all come under the acid side. Yeah, this, as it goes down to 0, it's getting more and more acidic. This is all here, yeah? In the middle, you got neutral. That should be pure water and your blood is just over it, 7.365. But now, here we go into alkaline. Eggs, household bleach, household ammonia, hair remover, oven cleaner, drain cleaner. Like, can't be consuming those things. So it's not acids are bad and alkaline is good. I hope everyone understands that. So think about this. When it comes onto your muscles, what are your muscles made of? What are muscles made of? Muscles are made of amino acids. Muscles, yeah, protein. Charmaine in Vimeo said protein, yeah, which is amino, and then you break the protein down, that's amino acids, yeah? So, let me just go back to my slides. All right. How come my slides are not coming up? 1 second. There we go. There we go. All right. Tell me if you guys can see this. I'm just going back to my slides now. So this is what most people think of when they think of protein. They think of protein for muscles. And not to put the spotlight on us men, but that's what we think of. You know, we need to get protein because we need to get bigger and stronger. We need protein, we need protein, we need protein. Got protein, yeah? If you go gym, you need to have a protein shake afterwards. Protein, protein, protein. So we think that we need to consume protein for muscles. I just want to see if that's true or false. Like a lot of guys, yeah, people saying, yeah. We think protein's to do with muscles. We need to consume protein for muscles. Okay, let's look at the science behind that and see if that's true. The science actually suggests, yeah. And by the way, yeah, you do need protein for muscles because your muscles are made from proteins, which means they're made from amino acids. But muscles are not the only thing that are made from protein. Who knows what collagen is? If you was to type collagen in Google, you'd find that collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body. Did we know this? More than 100 different structural proteins have been discovered in the human body, but the most abundant by far is collagen, which makes up about 6% of total body weight. Collagen makes up 30% of bone tissue and comprises large amounts of tendons, ligaments, cartilage, skin, and muscle. So guess what, people? We don't just need protein for muscles. We need protein for pretty much everything in our body. Our bones, our ligaments, our tendons, they're all made from collagen, which is made from protein. Do we understand this? So I hope I'm dispelling a couple myths here. People think we need protein for muscles. We need protein more so for bones. We need protein more so for ligaments and cartilage, more so than muscles. Let me see what you guys are saying, just to make sure you get that. Most of those amino acids are found in, that's right. Let me see what the people are saying on Vimeo. All right, they're talking about biggest animals on land eat veg. All right, cool. Yeah. So we're going to go into where to get our protein from, but I just wanted us to understand what's going on with regards to why we need it. Because people think, you need it for your muscles. No. You need it for pretty much everything in your body. You need it for pretty much everything in your body, and more so your bones and your joints. More so, because collagen is the most abundant protein in your body. And there's somewhere else that you need it. Sorry, I just want to ask a question again and see what you guys say. Let's see who's been paying attention from the start. What are the four, and do it very quickly, what are the four most important elements for your body? The four most important elements for your body. Nice one. CHNO or HNOC. It doesn't matter what order you do it in. OHNC. Yeah, good. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. CHNO. Good. People paying attention. Those are the most important, four most important elements, because when you add the nitrogen, it creates a protein. Well, people say we need protein for muscles and bones and joints. Guess what else you need protein for? Guess what else you need protein for? Your melanin. Because check this out. What's your melanin made of? Your melanin is made of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. Your melanin is made up of the four most important elements that your body needs for health, for life. That's what your melanin is made up of. So guess what your melanin is as well? Your melanin is a protein. Your melanin is a protein, yeah? So your skin, you need protein for your skin. You need protein for your hair, yeah? I'm lacking in protein there, yeah? You need protein for your hair. You need protein for your skin. You need protein for your muscles. You need protein for your bones and joints. You need protein for your teeth and nails. Yeah, teeth and nails as well. So they try and say it's just, again, we're confused with this. We think it's just, for muscles. No, we need it for muscles is very important, but muscles comes lower down in the list. Muscles come lower down in the list, but your skin, Leon, yeah, I know. My skin's getting the protein. My skin's all right. Can you show the formula of melanin again? Yeah, that's a mind-blowing image there. So let me know if you can see this. This is the chemical makeup of protein, of melanin, and check it out. Look what melanin's made up of. It's made up of more carbon than anything else. So for those who follow Dr. Sebi, if you're a Sebiite, you know that Dr. Sebi said when he was asked about melanin, there's no such thing as melanin, it's carbon. And I understand why he says that, because if you look at the chemical structure, the molecular structure of melanin, it is more carbon than anything else. It's more carbon than anything else. So it's pretty much just carbon when we're talking about melanin. We're just talking about carbon. And yes, there is hydrogen and nitrogen in there as well. So I don't necessarily agree with him when he says there's no such thing as melanin, because it is mainly carbon, but there is a little bit of other stuff in there as well, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. But that being said, this is why we need to understand science, and we see how much of a genius Dr. Sebi was, yeah? He says there's no such thing as melanin, it's carbon. Well, when we think of melanin, what do we think of? we think of blackness, don't we? That's what we think of when we think of melanin. We think of our skin, we think of blackness. That's what we think of when we think of melanin. All right. Well, let's go back to the chemical structure of melanin. It's got oxygen in it. Melanin's got oxygen in it. What color is oxygen? Does oxygen just have a color? You mentioned hair for vegans only. Animal protein contains all essential. Good question. All right. Essential, complete. I'm going to go back to that, Annie. Remind me about complete and incomplete proteins. I'm going to go back to that. But oxygen has no color. So when we think about melanin, we think about black. We can't associate that with oxygen. What about hydrogen? Hydrogen has no color. It's a gas. So when we think about melanin and we think about blackness, we can't associate that with hydrogen. What about nitrogen? Nitrogen is a gas. So when we think about melanin, we can't associate that with nitrogen. So what is the only thing in this molecular structure that we can associate with melanin? Carbon. Dr. Sebi is a genius. Dr. Sebi is a genius, yeah? That's why he says there's no such thing as melanin, it's carbon, because that's the only thing out of carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen that we can associate with melanin, yeah? That's where we get that blackness from. All right, now, just to go over that question about complete and incomplete proteins, yeah? Can you repeat that? I don't know what you want me to repeat. All right, so just to go over that incomplete and complete, yeah? When they say a protein is complete, that means it has all of the amino acids, the essential amino acids that your body needs. So remember, there's 8 essential amino acids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say there's 8 essential amino acids here. Each one of these is an amino acid. So your body needs all 8 of these. This is complete, yeah? It's a complete protein, yeah? When you consume it, your body, whether it's complete or not, has to do what? Break it up, and then your body creates its own proteins from the amino acids, yeah? So as long as you're getting all of the amino acids that your body needs, it will create its own proteins, yeah? Where will the replay be? We'll send you the link. Everyone will get the link through Zoom, and as long as you're on our main list, if you signed up through Zoom, Zoom will automatically send you the replay, yeah? Because a lot of people are asking about the replay. Don't worry, you're going to see the replay. So I hope you understand that. That complete protein thing. Who cares if it's complete or not? Your body has to break it down. Your body has to do this. It has to break it down into amino acids. You need to understand that if you're going to understand proteins. Your body wants amino acids, and it gets that from breaking down proteins. I hope that makes sense for the people asking about complete proteins. Check it out. How your body uses amino acids as building blocks. So on the left there, you've got the amino acids, yeah? When they come together, they form what they call peptides, yeah? And then the peptides, they start folding into proteins. This is what's happening inside of your body. You consume a protein, your body breaks it down into amino acids, and then your body starts to form like these strands, like strands of hair, literally like strands of hair, and then starts to fold them, like plait them up to create proteins. So I like to use analogies when I'm talking about science. It's like your hair. It is like your hair. So this back part here, where it's all out, each strand of hair is an amino acid. Just try and put that in your mind. Try and visualize this analogy, yeah? Each strand of hair is like an amino acid. Your body then wants to take those strands of amino acids, take those strands of peptides, and start folding them into shapes, folding them into proteins. folding them into braids. Do you get that? Okay, people saying wow, wow, wow in Zoom. Let me see if you guys got that in Vimeo. How many people got on Vimeo? 270. Nice, nice. So this is what your body does. Your body literally plats up peptides. It plats up proteins. Yeah. Forming like a spiral. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Going back to the spiral talk. Yeah. So this is why I say when you come to a Hidden Science Academy event, you're going to hear things that you never heard before. Yeah. So let me go back to my slides. So it's like this. Here's your amino acids. Here's your proteins. Your body wants to use the amino acids or the amino acids and create peptides, which are long strands, and then start folding them into proteins. But this is what's happening inside of your body with proteins. It's getting folded into shapes, form. It's getting folded. This is what's happening to all of the strands, all of those peptides. They're getting folded into different shapes and utilized in the body for whatever job they need to be utilized for. Yeah. And sometimes think about your hair. Like, I'm hoping people can understand this analogy. Yeah. Think about your hair. Yeah. For the people that, you know, understand that the folding, the plaiting. Yeah. This is what's happening inside of your body with your proteins. They're folding together, they're plaiting together to do a job, to do a purpose. Yeah. But just like a new hairstyle, guess what happens over time? With a new hairstyle, what do you have to do over time? You guys gotta show me that you're understanding this analogy. You got the hairstyle in, redo it. Thank you. You have to redo it. In other words, you have to take it out. In other words, you have to unfold it. You have to unfold it. Yeah. This is what proteins do in your body. They come together and fold. They start folding and creating shapes. And then they have to unfold and create new proteins. They have to unfold and create new proteins. Yeah. They have to unfold and create new proteins. Why? The protein might not work anymore. That hairstyle might not work anymore. Yeah. Proteins are doing jobs inside of your body. If that's not doing the right job, break it up. Let's form this different protein to do the job properly. Yeah. Because remember, your protein, you need protein for your muscles, your bones, your joints, your ligaments, your skin, your hair, everything. Yeah. So sometimes the body has to redo. Do another style, undo it, and do another style, you know, another bad boy style. Check this out. This is another protein style. Let me undo it and do another style. Boom. Another style. Undo it and then fold it up. Make sure the protein is tight. Fold it up tight and then let it do its job. Yeah. And I'm showing a lot of hair pictures because I feel like we can relate to that as Black people. And by the way, Hidden Science of Black Hair coming soon. Shameless plug. Hidden Science of Black Hair coming soon. Hint, hint, wink, wink. It's coming soon. Don't worry. It's on its way. Hidden Science of Black Hair. Yeah. All right, moving on. Now, there's something called aromatic amino acids. Yeah, again, we're talking about amino acids. Aromatic amino acids, in other words, AAA, are amino acids that include an aromatic ring. I'm going to show you the ring in a second. The three main AAAs are phenylalanine, tryptophan, and tyrosine. Others include thyroxine and L-dopa. Yeah. Now, not to get too scientific-y, but all you need to understand is aromatic amino acids, to different degrees, all absorb ultraviolet radiation or ultraviolet light. Aromatic amino acids, and there they are: phenylalanine, tryptophan, and tyrosine. Now, where do you get aromatic amino acids from? Here's their structure, their molecular structure. They have this hexagonal shape, yeah? Phenylalanine, tyrosine, tryptophan. Look at this shape, yeah? It's that shape that allows them to absorb ultraviolet radiation. Now, you can only get aromatic amino acids from plants. You can only get aromatic amino acids from plants, yeah? So if you're consuming plants, fruits, vegetables, roots, herbs, whatever, you're going to be getting aromatic amino acids, and those aromatic amino acids are going to help your body absorb light, help your body absorb sunlight. Now, if Black people are not on a plant-based diet, where are we going to get our aromatic amino acids from? If Black people are not eating, and you don't have to be 100% on a plant-based diet, but if you're not majority on a plant-based diet, in other words, you're not getting aromatic amino acids, which help your melanin to absorb sunlight, then guess what's going to happen to that Black person when they go out in the sun? Oh, do you know what? The sun's hot, you know? Nah, I know, but I got burnt. Nah, when I went to Jamaica, I got burnt. Nah, I have to put on sunscreen. I know what they say about melanin, but I have to put on sunscreen. I got burnt, so you get me? And now all of a sudden it's the sun's fault. No, it's because you're not consuming aromatic amino acids. Do you get that? Scene. All right, big up the people on Vimeo. So I'm saying we need to understand this as Black people, because again, when it comes to absorbing sunlight, that's what we should be doing. Allowing people to confuse us with regards to sunlight is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. All right. So let's move on. Aromatic, keep that in mind. Aromatic amino acids. All right. So overconsumption of protein, nitrogen containing part is converted to urea and excreted. Now, the nitrogen containing part in protein, if that's not excreted, because remember, it's nitrogen containing part of protein is converted into urea and excreted. If that's not excreted, it will go back into the system as uric acid, uric acid, and that can get caught up in your joints and your tissues and that sort of stuff, leading to arthritis and all types of pain and inflammation. So protein, even though the body needs it, if it can't break it down properly and get rid of the nitrogen, it could lead to ill health. Look, potentially harmful for people with established liver and kidney disorders. Anyone who's suffering from liver and kidney disorders, if you're on a dialysis machine, it's because your body's not being able to get rid of the nitrogen via your urea, and the uric acid is building up in your blood. Yeah. So anyone who's got kidney issues, understand it's because your kidneys are not getting, are not flushing out the nitrogen containing part of protein. And then it says energy containing part is either used by cells or stored as fat. High intakes from animal protein may lead to high saturated fat consumption and can contribute to reduced bone density. That's again because of the uric acid. If your body's acidic, it will start to alkalize itself, and calcium is the most alkalizing mineral in the body. So if your body's acidic, it will have to get calcium from somewhere. Guess where it's going to get the calcium from? Your bones. All right, underconsumption of protein, deficiency in most developed countries is rare, reduced growth in children, muscle loss in adults, and susceptible to disease. Okay, gonna go through this part quick now. Where should we get our protein from? I get this question a hell of a lot. Now I will go through this quick. You can either, I'm hoping you guys are on your laptops, you can screenshot, because maybe taking notes, you might miss it. You can screenshot, but you're all going to see the replay. So you can take pictures, or you can just, pause the replay or whatever. But I'm going to go through examples of where you can get your protein now. and then we'll finish off, and then you guys can ask whatever questions you got. So where should we get our protein from? Protein, should we be getting it from meat, dairy, cheese, or should we be getting it from plants? Well, here's a question. How long does it take to digest meat? Now, I don't like to answer questions because to me, science is logic backed up by evidence. I like to just go for the evidence and just search things, yeah? So you guys, you can do this. This is how easy science is. You can do your research. And the thing is with Google, there's a lot of scientific papers on Google, a lot of scientific papers. So people might say, oh, Google's not a good source, but Google, you could search for scientific papers through Google. Type in how long does it take to digest meat? Here's one. It says it takes 24 to 72 hours to digest meat, depending on the person's digestive tract. 24 to 72. That's 1 day to 3 days to digest meat. 1 day to 3 days to digest meat. Yeah. That means if you eat something, a high meat meal, what's today? Thursday, you eat it today, your body might not get rid of it, excrete it, you know, digest it, and then excrete the waste until Sunday. That's how long it takes, according to the science, yeah? That's how long it takes. Okay. How long does it take to digest plants? So it's going to take various fruits and vegetables different times, but you're looking 30 minutes, 40 minutes, you know, 45 minutes, some fruits and vegetables. So under an hour, digest all the way through. It might take an hour, maybe 2 hours to digest certain plants from start to finish. So just as a comparison, you're looking at a couple days versus a couple hours, yeah? Couple days versus a couple hours. Now, here's why it takes so long to digest meat. Let me show you why it takes so long to digest meat. Can I just show my screen? Stop video. Pin. All right, cool. Here's why it takes so long to digest meat, yeah? So here's, when you eat meat, you're eating the animal's protein. Remember, we as mammals, we as animals, we create our own proteins from amino acids. We put them together and we create our own proteins. So when you eat meat, you're eating the animal's protein. But the animals created the protein, yeah? So if I go back to the slide where I showed the pictures of the hair, that's like you know, doing your hairstyle and it's super tight, and then someone's trying to loosen it up. They're gonna struggle to loosen up your hairstyle. Yeah. Let me show you, just to quickly go back to that. Yeah. So just look at this. Yeah. Think about how tight that is. Where's the tight one? Think about how tight that is. That's the protein folded up. Yeah. And then someone who is not you, another species, is going to try and unfold that. They're going to struggle because look how tight it's folded up. The protein, look how tight it's folded up. That's what happens when we're eating meat. We're trying to unfold someone else's protein. So your body, instead of your body doing this, oh, that was easy. Oh, that was easy. Oh, that was easy. Your body's doing this. Oh man, that was hard. All right, here we go again. Oh, that was hard. Here we go again. Trying to unfold protein, trying to break it down into amino acids, yeah? You're eating plants and the body's just like, yeah? All right. I know I probably lost a couple people when I said that, but I said it go. It's not me, it's science. All right, so let's go. Where should we get our protein from? We talked about how long it takes to digest meat, how long it takes to digest plants. And remember, you're getting aromatic amino acids from plants as well. So to different degrees, all aromatic amino acids absorb ultraviolet light. Due to this fact, aromatic amino acids are the key component to how we interact with the sun. The more AAAs present, the better the interaction. The less AAAs present, the more problems that person will have with the sun. Note, only plants can synthesize aromatic amino acids. Animals cannot, so they rely on plants for aromatic amino acids. All right, so here's some examples of high protein vegetables. So broccoli, high protein. With all of these things, you've got to be aware of the nitrogen component. The nitrogen, if you got too much nitrogen and your body can't get rid of it, that's going to turn into uric acid. That's going to be problematic. So even though these are high in protein, you got to make sure that you understand that it's not just about protein. You know, you need to be making sure that you're exercising so that protein gets broken down and then utilized in muscles and that sort of stuff. So you got broccoli. Spinach is a high protein vegetable. What about high protein pulses? What we got on the left there? You guys tell me. Let me see if I can show this. Yeah, some of you saying you can't digest broccoli well. Yeah, broccoli not only has nitrogen, it has sulfur in it as well. And sulfur, that's the reason why it gives off that bad smell and that, yeah? Let me see if I can share my screen. No, I'll just share it like this. All right, let's finish up. Let's go through these pretty quick. So you got lentils and chickpeas, high protein pulses. Also, black beans, high protein pulse. What about high protein grains? You've got quinoa on the left. Does anyone know what the thing is on the right? Anyone know what they're looking at on the right? What's that grain on the right? High protein grain on the right. Does anyone know what that is? Let me see if you guys know what that is. High protein grain on the right. Anyone know? No, it's not bulgur. It's not buckwheat. What about you guys in Vimeo? Let me see if you guys know. Vimeo. No. No one saying anything in Vimeo. Okay. No. Go back to Zoom. Millet. No. Teff close. No. It's amaranth. I'm going to put it in the group. Amaranth. Okay, sorry, I didn't see that. It's amaranth. Someone said it. I didn't see it. I'm checking two chats at the moment. I'm checking Zoom, then I have to come out of Zoom and check Vimeo. So apologies if I missed it. Yes, amaranth. Yeah. All right. Amaranth. And someone mentioned this one. This is fonio. Someone mentioned this. I saw this in the chat. Someone mentioned fonio. So this is fonio. These are things that you guys can research with regards to certain grains that you can use instead of eating rice, white rice. What about protein-rich nuts and seeds? Peanuts are actually super high in protein, but most peanuts are highly processed, roasted, and that sort of stuff. If you can go for, if you want to get peanuts, get them the monkey nuts. They're going to be high in protein. Hemp seeds are high in protein. Almonds, sunflower seeds, pistachios, pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, cashews. So you're getting your protein from there. What about high protein powders? High protein powders. Oh, damn it. Someone said, my bad. Sorry. I'm there talking for long. I'm not even sharing. Let me go over that again. Very quickly, my bad. Very quickly. So someone talked about fonio. So here's your fonio. Yeah. That's fonio. Very healthy from, I think it's a West African grain. You guys can tell me in the chat if I'm wrong. I think it's a West African grain. And then here's your nuts and seeds. So like I say, if you go for the monkey nuts, you're going to be getting peanuts high in protein. But you don't need to go for nuts. You can go for hemp seeds. They're super high in protein. Or sunflower seeds. Pumpkin seeds are very high in protein. Pumpkin seeds are high in zinc as well. Chia seeds, those are powerful because they've got omega-3 in it as well. Yeah. So here's your nuts and seeds. Yeah. What about high protein powders? You've got chlorella and moringa. So here's moringa. I'll put chlorella. So you guys can do your research on chlorella in the chat. So let me just quickly put that in both of the chats so you know how to spell it. Chlorella, high protein powder. Put that in the Zoom. Let me go over to the Vimeo. Where's the Vimeo? Chlorella. That's a high protein powder. What else can I show you? And we all know about moringa. So you can just put them in your smoothies. You can put them in your smoothies, yeah. Add the powder to your smoothies. Get more green power in there. Get more chlorophyll in there. And then look how powerful moringa is. 10 times vitamin A of carrots, 3 times potassium of bananas, 7 times vitamin C of oranges, 25 times iron, and 15 times calcium of spinach, and 12 times the protein of broccoli. So moringa is it's a powerhouse, yeah? It's got loads and loads of benefits, yeah? And if anyone who wants to know where to get moringa from, I always talk about a black-owned company called Uncra. So I'm gonna put their link in the chat. Let me go over to Vimeo and put Uncra if you wanna get some moringa powder, Uncra, yeah. And let me go over to Zoom. Oh, did I do it again? All right, let me show the last slides. Let me just put Uncra in the grid. Okay, let me just show. There was only 2 more slides left. Oh. So this is all I was showing. I just showed this, high protein powders. I talked about chlorella and moringa. Then I showed this and I broke down all the differences, like moringa is 10 times the vitamin A of carrots, 3 times the potassium of bananas, 7 times the vitamin C of oranges, 25 times iron, 15 times calcium, and then 12 times the protein of broccoli. Apologies, I thought I was sharing, but yeah, that's all I was talking about with regards to moringa. Various things that moringa does. And again, I put the link of Uncra in the group if you want to get a good source of moringa. Yeah, they're black owned. I know them personally, black owned company. They sell moringa. All right, so that is class 1 out of the way, protein. Now, next week, we're going to be talking about carbohydrates, examples of the best simple and complex carbohydrates to eat. Yeah. All right. Now, whoops. So, questions now, before we go off. Now, people don't leave. I want to tell you what we've got coming up. So just don't leave, but I'm going to answer questions. BCAAs, no, that's BCAAs is more some commercial thing that they tell us to sell us amino acids. Can you take liquid amino acids? You want to try and get your amino acids from a natural source. So you want to try and get your amino acids from plants, yeah? I'm sure there are liquid amino acids, but how do you find out how acidic your blood is? Check Leah Salmon. Leah Salmon does a live blood analysis. Leah Salmon is the Naturally You coach. You can check her out on all social medias. She'll be able to tell you whether or not your blood is acidic. BCAAs is something that they use to try and sell us amino acids. We don't need BCAAs. We just need amino acids from plants. What happens if there is a deficiency of protein? Very rare in the Western world to have a deficiency of protein, because again, everything in your body is made of protein. So pretty much if your body's not getting it, it will just unfold proteins inside and fold up proteins. All right. Any other questions? Send name, please. Let me see what, can't see info for links. How often should we have green smoothies? How often should we have green smoothies? As often as you like as long as the greens that you're using are fresh, organic, dark green leafy vegetables and that sort of stuff. And yeah, you can put fruits in there as well if you want to sweeten it. You're good, man. You're good. If If you have an absorption issue in the gut, how can you get it in? Get what in? What are we talking about? CMOS. CMOS is good as well. CMOS has protein in it. Yes, yes, yes. CMOS, most definitely. Does not having enough protein cause disease? Yes. Well, I'll tell you what causes more disease. Yeah. I'll tell you what causes more disease when you've got these things floating around your body. Yeah. So good question, but let me just break this down. If you've got foreign protein, which is what you get if your body's like, if you're getting protein from plants, your body's like, oh, I know what to do with this, and breaks it up easily. But if you're getting foreign protein, now most food out there, let's be clear, most food out there is fake food. Fake food, even the fruits and vegetables, a lot of the fruits and vegetables, they're becoming GMO and that sort of stuff. So a lot of the food is fake food. So if you're eating fake meat, fake this, fake that, when you're consuming a protein and it's coming into your body, it becomes something foreign to your body, to the point where your body can't even break it down. Your body can't break it down to amino acids because your body's like, what the hell is that? It's a protein. No, it ain't. That's not a protein. What the hell is that? And then you've got this foreign thing in your body, and guess what happens? White blood cells start to attack it, and that's how you get chronic inflammation. So people who are suffering from gut issues and that sort of stuff, you might have undigested protein in your body. Autoimmune conditions, yeah, undigested protein in your body. Remember, your body does not want protein. It wants amino acids. It wants this. It wants the amino acids. This is what your body wants. Yeah. So if you give your body this and it can't break it down, this now becomes something foreign in your body. Now all of a sudden white blood cells start attacking it, and there's your autoimmune, there's your inflammation, chronic inflammation, that sort of stuff. Yeah. Best time to consume proteins. It's better to consume your fruits and your herbs in the morning to help with the detox, to help with your breaking the fast, and then later on in the day you can consume proteins. Yeah. How do you wash out and reset our body in panic mode due to foreign protein? Yeah, detoxing, that sort of stuff. There's various detox. If you're in my WhatsApp group, I've shared a couple detoxes in my WhatsApp group. So get into the WhatsApp group. Make sure you're following us on Instagram and that sort of stuff. You'll get this information. Foreign proteins, like, yeah, detox. How do we join the WhatsApp group? All right. Let me see if I can get the link to the WhatsApp group, because I usually tell you guys to send me information. I'm going to give you the link to the WhatsApp group and you guys add yourselves to the WhatsApp group. So let me go and get the link for everyone. Wait a minute. I'm not sharing. Okay. Let me go get the link for the WhatsApp. Whoops. Copy, post the link. This is the link for the WhatsApp group. And let me post it in Vimeo as well. Thank you, Charmaine. Thank you. Charmaine's posted it already, but wicked. So you can add yourself to the WhatsApp group. What's oxy powder, Mac? Don't know what that is. Is fasting a good form of detox? Yes. I recommend doing like juice fasts. I recommend doing juice fasts, like green juice fasts. If you don't have any metabolic diseases like type 2 diabetes or arthritis or any gut issue or digestion issue, then even a fruit fast would be good. But a lot of us, we have metabolic issues, metabolic diseases, so fruits might not be good for us, because, you know, if you're suffering from cancer or type 2 diabetes, sugar's not going to be the greatest thing for you. Yeah. Thanks to Vanika, she's posting the links to the other stuff that we got going on. I put on weight with a fruit fast. Yeah, sometimes that will happen. Yeah. sometimes that will happen. What about protein in it? For fish? Yeah. The thing is with fish, because we live in this type of environment where everything's getting affected, back in the day, fish might have been a great source for protein. Fish might have been a great source for omega-3 and that sort of stuff. But like I said earlier, everything that we're eating pretty much these days is some type, they've done something to it. So even the fruits and vegetables, they spray the fruits and vegetables with herbicide and pesticide. So even if you are on a plant-based diet, it doesn't mean you're going to be totally healthy. Yeah. So same with fish. Yeah, the mercury and the in the sea and all the types of all the things that they're doing to the fish. So the only way we're going to understand this or kind of sift through all of the madness is if we understand this science. And now I'm hoping that you're starting to realize this science is very simple. How much rest, sleep should you get? All right, that's for another day, because that's a big one. The sleep one's a big one. Plastics, hybrid or non-hybrid foods. Is it a myth? No, there's such a thing as hybrid food, but a lot of the foods that we eat are hybrid now. A lot of the stuff that we eat is hybrid. Yeah, denatured foods, that's right. Can I fast if I suffer from MS? I'm not sure. Like I say, I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't know. But if you're fasting, you'd have to do some research. But if you're fasting, and you're on green vegetable juice, and you're drinking lots of it, trust me, after a couple of days, it doesn't feel like a fast. It feels like a feast. You're just drinking like liters and liters, and it could be juices and smoothies. But yeah. When I do a fast, I drink so much that after a couple of days, it feels like I'm feasting as opposed to fasting, because my body's getting so much nutrients at once. Yeah. All right. Now, before